This season completely changed the way our team programs robots. Not because we suddenly became one of the best teams in FTC, we definitely didn't. We still had autonomous runs that completely fell apart. We still had bugs show up 5 minutes before matches, and we definitely spent way too many nights staring at code, wondering why absolutely nothing was working. But if I compare where we started to where we finished, the difference is honestly pretty crazy. At the beginning of the season, our autonomous was mostly timers and hope. But by the end, we had a robot using localization, path following, finite state machines, and even vision processing. It wasn't perfect, but it was a huge step forward. So today, I want to walk through the 5 biggest programming mistakes we fixed this season, and hopefully save some of you from making the same one. At the beginning of the season, our autonomous wasn't exactly sophisticated. It was mostly just drive forward, wait, turn, wait, move an arm, wait again, and honestly, sometimes it worked. But we don't want sometimes for it to work. We want it to work as much as possible. It only worked when everything else was perfect. If the battery voltage changed, if the robot slipped, if somebody bumped us during the setup, suddenly everything was off. Our robot wasn't actually making decisions. It was just following a stopwatch. So pretty early on, we realized if we actually wanted to improve, we couldn't just keep patching old code. We had to change the way that we programmed entirely. That's when we started really fully leaning in to things like PedroPathing, finite state machines, and better software architecture, and eventually looking into integrating a limelight. So if you look at our robot right there, that is a limelight that we have. Looking back, that decision probably changed our entire season. Mistake number 1. The first mistake we made was relying on timers for everything. Seriously, everything. Drive for 800 milliseconds, turn for 500, open the claw after 300. It sounds fine until you actually compete. We didn't get to actually competing with timers, which was a really big blessing, but in practice, we didn't have the most competitive scores. Battery voltage changes, wheel traction changes, the field isn't exactly the same every match. Suddenly, your robot ends up 6 inches away from where you expected. And in FTC, that's enough to completely miss your scoring location. Once we switched to localization and path following, our robot finally stopped guessing where it was. Instead, it actually knew. That one change made our autonomous so much more repeatable. Mistake number 2. The second mistake was turning. Turns seem simple until you actually try to make them consistent. Our robot would overshoot, undershoot, then overshoot again. Eventually, we realized the robot has momentum. Just because the motor stops, that doesn't mean the robot instantly stops moving. That's where PID control really helped. Obviously, PedroPathing does this automatically, which is super helpful. But developing my own PID control system for our robot was really helpful for our programming team's development. I won't get too technical on it, but basically, instead of just trying to get to the target degrees, the robot also learns how to slow itself down before it gets there. The result was way smoother turns and much more reliable heading. Our third mistake was putting way too much code into one file. I think every programmer eventually does this. You keep adding features and eventually your autonomous file becomes thousands of lines long. So this season, we started organizing our code into subsystems. Instead of one giant file, each part of the robot handled its own responsibility. Drive, vision, intake, shooter math. Each system had its own code. Debugging became a lot easier. Testing became easier. And honestly, the code just made a lot more sense. It wasn't perfect, but it was a huge improvement over where we started. The fourth mistake we made was making the robot wait for everything. Drive, stop, and then lift, stop, and then score, stop, and then shoot, and then drive again. Our robot spent way too much time doing absolutely nothing. That's when we started using finite state machines. Instead of forcing every action to happen one after another, different parts of the robot could work at the same time. The robot could be driving while the lift was already moving into position. It sounds like a small change, but over an entire autonomous, those seconds really do add up. Mistake number 5. The last mistake was trying to debug without enough information. Early in the season, our conversations sounded like this. I think it turned too much. I think it was slower. I think the battery was low. There were a lot of opinions, but not a lot of data. Eventually, we started using much more telemetry, pose estimates, motor positions, loop timing, vision data. Once we actually had numbers, finding bugs became so much easier. Instead of guessing, we could actually see what the robot was doing. Unlocking this telemetry really helped us optimize our testing, our practice runs, and then in competition, it really helped us. We had different programs depending on the telemetry that we needed. So if we were practicing, we would have different telemetry so that we could change the robot. I feel like that saved us more time than anything else. Looking back, I don't think this season was really about PedroPathing or the limelight or finite state machines. Those were all just tools. The real lesson was learning how to think different. Instead of asking, how do we make this work? We really started asking, how do we make this reliable? That's a completely different mindset. And honestly, that's probably the biggest thing that we'll carry into next season. For next season, I have a lot of different plans. I want my autonomous to be able to detect game elements. And for me, next season is going to be BioBuzz. So I want it to be able to detect yellow balls with OpenCV. And here, hopefully I have a little bit of B-roll of the ball detection right now at its current state. But I want the robot to be able to make decisions in autonomous based on where the game element is. We still have a lot to go. There are plenty of teams that are much better than we are. There are a lot of things that we still want to learn. But for the things I have learned, like PedroPathing and those mistakes that I solved, I will be making tutorials on those coming really soon. If this season proved anything, it was that a lot of small improvements and optimizations, they really add up. One better programming decision turns into a better autonomous. A better autonomous gives you more confidence, and eventually you start solving problems that would have seemed impossible just a few months earlier. So if your robot feels like it's constantly messing up or fighting you, I want to encourage you to keep learning. Watch other teams, read open source code, read their documentation, ask questions on Discord, ask questions on any forum you can find, break things, fix them. Last season, I broke like 7 motors just trying to do a pull-up. What optimization is really about is just constant iteration and never getting tired of that process, because that's how every really good FTC team gets better, is constant iteration and never being fully satisfied with the product that they have. But yeah, that's it. And I want to thank you for watching and for sticking around this long. And hopefully I'll see you in the next tutorial. But yeah, goodbye.